everyone, I am Arisha, and today, by the end of this video, I'm gonna convince you all into believing in a heterosexual woman marrying another heterosexual woman. Okay? So, I know it sounds completely absurd, but hear me out, okay? By the end of the video, you're gonna agree with me, okay? You're definitely gonna agree with me. So, before starting the video, I would like to make some things clear. Hold on. Okay, so before starting this video, I would like to, discuss about some things. Okay, so first of all, about men. So this is gonna offend some men, and I'm gonna tell you what category of men, and it's gonna be those type of men who know that they have these flaws in them, and they're not ready to improve, and they just put it on others and women, and they're like, hum to aise hi hain. This kind of mentality, okay, and who definitely, of course, do not believe in feminism and probably do not respect women. Okay, and otherwise, the men who actually have brain and who are capable of thinking, they're gonna, give this concept a thought, and they're gonna probably agree with me, you know what? It actually kind of makes sense, and they're gonna we gotta level up, because if girls start doing this, it's a game over for us. So they're gonna practically think about this concept and how practical it is actually, and they might, do something productive out of this, and they might take this idea further and make it even better, and tilt it towards them as as an equal society, or I don't know, but they'll definitely get something out of this. But so all those men who are gonna disagree with me, we're gonna be brain crap and brain fart in their head, and they're gonna hate comment me, or be like, oh my gosh, this girl's she's a, I don't know, I'm gonna get bullied. I definitely know this. And so I'm gonna ask all those men to get the fuck out of here. Just exit the video, okay? You're not gonna be able to handle this video. And it's not like I hate men. It's of course, I love men and women both. They are God-created creatures, and there's no one to hate. But it's just some people just, how they are. They naturally piss you off. So, yeah, if you have no brain cells, just feel free to leave. And now I'm only expecting good intellectual people with brain and, the capacity to think, okay? So let's start, okay? Let's just get into the video. So before starting, I would like to show you this woman right here. And just listen to her, because she said it, said it real nicely. And then we're gonna talk on this, okay?
Straight girls should marry each other. Yes, heterosexual women should marry other heterosexual women. Hear me out. It is no secret that the majority of men these days are completely and totally unselectable as partners. And I know many of you have come to the realization that you would be much, much, much happier dying alone with cats than being partnered with one of these god-awful males. Even though I know you've discovered that you enjoy your solitude, I know some of you still kind of want that partnership. I just want you to open your mind a little bit here. Marriage is not just about sex, but many of you have discounted the possibility of creating a healthy marriage that doesn't make your sexuality the precondition for finding it. There are many components that go into a marriage, and sex is just one of them. I know for many of you, if you think about the average male right now, he can't really fill out this full chart for you. He can probably fill out the sex part and maybe one or two of these other things. You know that if you partnered with one of these males, he would not be a true partner, and you would be compromising a lot, which is why many of you have chosen solitude. What if you could find someone that would meet every single requirement on your list except for the sex part? You could basically have the perfect relationship. You could still have the sex part. You could just outsource that to one person, to a variety of people, whatever you want. Whatever floats your boat. But marriage is about long-term partnership. It's about building something together. It's about childcare if you want a family. It's about having somebody there to build a life with. Why does it also need to be someone you're having sex with? Keep your mind open. Take a minute and just play a little game with. Straight girls should marry each other. Yes, heterosexual women should marry other heterosexual women. Hear me out. It is no secret that the majority of men these days are completely and totally unselectable as partners. And I know many of you have come to the realization that you would be much, much, much happier dying alone with cats than being partnered with one of these god-awful males. Even though I know you've discovered that you enjoy your solitude, I know some of you still kind of want that partnership. I just want you to open your mind a little bit here. Marriage is not just about sex, but many of you have discounted the possibility of creating a healthy marriage that doesn't make your sexuality the precondition for finding it. There are many components that go into a marriage, and sex is just one of them. I know for many of you, if you think about the average male right now, he can't really fill out this full chart.
Okay, so first of all, we're gonna talk about how she says that many women would prefer dying alone with their cats instead of getting together with these god-awful men. And by god-awful men, I'll tell you what she means. So when we talk about a partner, there are some things you're gonna spend the rest of your life with that person, okay? So it's not just about sex. Yeah, she said it's not just about sex. Marriage is not about sex. It's a part of that thing, okay? But for men, I can guarantee, for a majority of men, it's about sex. It's about, as she said, access to a female body. Like, just be honest in the comments. Is it that or is it not? I mean, just be really, really honest. How many of the men are like, no, I need a partner who understands me and who's gonna be there for my business and for all my problems, and we're gonna like grow together and we're gonna build a future together and we're gonna have like kids. I'm gonna take care of my kids and this and that. There are very few men, and if we're like that, then congratulations, you are one of those very few men who are not like, okay, I'm gonna have a body to bang whenever I like. Yeah, they're actually like, they see their partner, the woman, as an actual being, as an actual part of the relationship. Someone as a soulmate, as someone who they signed up to like spend the rest of their life together with them. So many men do not even know about women. What do they know? Do they have any information about them? No, they do not have. They do not know anything about even female body, and they think women are just objects and they're like inferior to them in some way. You just tell me, around your friend circle or around among all the people that you know personally, how many of them think like that? How many of them do really think they respect women and they treat them equally and they think of them as actual beings instead of just women? Like, be honest, okay? Just be honest yourself. You're gonna find the answer yourself, okay? So I'd like to start with the definition. Let's talk about marriage. What it is exactly. So let's start with the definition here. So wait, hold on. Let's start with the definition. So it is a committed partnership between two people in which they agree to build a life together. Okay, it's never about men and women. It's about two people committing a partnership with each other and agree to build a life together. Okay, like a proper future. Okay. Now this has companionship, having a partner, and emotional connection, which is the first part of a marriage. Okay, how many marriages do you guys see where this is like, there is like tons of unsuccessful marriages? All these marriages, especially I'm talking about India, they're like saved only for the sake of their family, their traditions, and their like for like society, like log kya kahenge, this and that. How many people are actually happy in their marriage? It's like, you see around how many, of course there are happy couples out there. I look up to them. Like, it's nice if you're happy in a marriage. I'm not saying that men and women should never marry each other. It's like, if you're marrying each other, it should work out. So that's what it's about. Now, second point is mutual support. Supporting each other during good and difficult times. Okay? So, if someone's having a bad time, the husband or the wife is supposed to help them. But what we see today, that men and women are out here like cheating most of the times instead of like being there for them, and they're like avoiding all this. Like, men like, I better hang out with my friends than like take care of my stupid wife. I'm not saying all men, like some, you know about which one I'm talking about. There are some people, even in your friend circle, that there's some one fucking loser whose wife is gonna be miserable. You know yourself. And I hope they're only intellectual people here, so I know you'd be like, no, I'd keep my life like super fly. I know you're like that, okay? So anyways, the third thing is a shared life, living together and making decisions as a team. Now this is a very, very important thing. Like, in how many families do you see that women take equal contribution, equal role in making a huge decision or like a normal decision for a family? Be honest to yourself. In how many do you see that, yeah, women are actually contributing in family decisions? No, very few. Because all the decisions are going to be taken by some elder, and that elders, it's not going to be a male. It's the grandparent or the father of the family. I know, of course, there are families where mothers take, the power, but it's not same for, like, you know how it is. You can see the ratio. Even to the statistics, you can see like how much men contribute and how much women contribute in household chores. So, of course, I'm like going to say this again and again, that this thing is, not universal or anything, but it's on a significant scale that women do not get proper shared life, the living together, making decisions as a team. It is not there in every marriage, or even most of the marriage. It's like always the father or like some male elder will be like the leader or like the decision maker of the family. Okay, as you can see, 42% of the women are not even allowed to go to the market alone. That's crazy. Like, you yourself know that. I don't need to explain this one. Even in your family, who takes the decision? Is it your mom? I'm really glad if it is. Now the third thing is financial partnership, managing household expenses, savings, and assets. I think Indian families are okayish in this matter. Like, yeah, I guess they like support each other, but like if you would force a woman to just stay at home and just not do a job, then it will financially affect the condition of family, and then they decide to have like 5-6 kids. Great. Yeah, some people do that. Their financial conditions are like so chopped and they still decide to have like, let's have another baby. Okay, so like as for statistics, about 75 million people in India are like below poverty line, like extremely poor. And out of them, 30 to 32 million people have like 3 or more children in their house. That's crazy. And like under multidimensional poverty, there are 160 million people. An estimate 60 to 68 million people live in their households with 3 or more children. 3 or more. Because we're not chopped enough. So yeah, that's a huge thing. Now intimacy, affection and sexual relationship are mutually desired. Okay, so in how many marriages do you think it's mutually desired? I would not like to go deep into this, but I guess we all know the conditions of this, right? And men are like really at advantage because they think, yeah, oh yeah, we have cases of marital rape, which was not even a thing like 2 years ago, or like, I don't know, it's still not a thing. Nobody believes in it. It's bullshit. If you're alive, you're like, there's nothing like, we just had a movie about it, like a movie or a series, I don't know, whatever it was, you know, a Chiraya, like something like that, you know? So yeah, as y'all can see. So I don't think it's mutually desired all the time, of course. Sometimes it is, but you know how men are. Now, family and children. If the couple chooses to have children, sharing parenting responsibilities. And now, how many of people that you know do you think that the parents are like equally invested in their children? Most of the fathers, the only thing that, oh my gosh, my only job is to earn and pay for my kids. Nothing else. They don't have any other parental duty except like beating the shit out of the kids, or like, you know, their fathers, or especially fathers, they're never emotionally there for their kids. Of course, if you have a father like that, you're very lucky. Trust me, believe me, you're very lucky, because not all fathers are like that. But I trust you, I bet you, maximum, like about 90% of women are emotionally available for their child. Yes, they are. But like then again, there's this weird dynamics of like female child. I mean, it's good for son. For sons, like it's good. I mean, even if they don't get it from their father, the mother is always there, like cheering them up. Like emotionally, mothers are always there. But for girls, I'd say that neither the father nor the mother. You know, most of the girls, but like some girls, I know there are a lot of exceptions. Okay, I'm only talking about. Okay, don't come after me. I know most girls. I mean, a lot of girls have like great fathers, like totally amazing father, including myself. But there are a lot of girls which don't. I think we gotta address that. I have a friend whose father like physically abuses her, like for tiniest things. So just because some of us are privileged enough to have good fathers doesn't mean every girl has that. Those cases where this happens, okay? So there's this really weird dynamics, and I think that if you know, like, I think this is an Indian problem with the female child. It's still a thing, you know, like people still don't prefer female child. They still be killing infants. You know, it's illegal, but it's still happening. You all know that it's still happening. So yeah, it's a different issue. I'd like to talk about this in another video. Anyways, now the responsibilities and rights. Depending on the country's law, marriage creates certain legal rights and obligations. Yeah, we all know that. Commitment. Choosing to remain partners and work through disagreements rather than treating the relationship as temporary. Yeah, commitment is very important. But y'all bitches be out there cheating. Both men and women, yeah. I agree. But, okay, I'm gonna need you to look at this chart. Right here. And what it says, okay? So, first of all, domestic labor. So, there's gonna be a lot of domestic labor. And most of the people prefer a housewife. Like, I don't know, even if you don't, like, even if the working wife, the domestic labor, it's all on the wife. It's never on the husband. I mean, we're progressing in this area a little, I guess. A lot of, like, male are also doing domestic work nowadays, but not a lot. Like, very few, but, like, I think it is happening. But still, you know, if a woman is there, if both women are married, they're gonna have, like, their work divided, or they're gonna figure something out to rule out this problem of domestic labor. If they're both working, they gotta figure out a way. They're not like, okay, I am this gender, so you'll be doing this and this and that. You know, there will be gender neutrality, so I guess there won't be any problem. Next thing, the romance and thoughtfulness. I guess romance is not really important because those two women don't really, you know, are love interest. I'm talking about two straight women marrying each other, okay? So there won't be any romance, but there will be thoughtfulness because women care about each other. Women are naturally made to care. They are nurturers, and they're like, they have naturally more love hormones than men. So they naturally are caring. Like, it's biologic, basically. So yeah, they will be thoughtful towards each other. And of course, you all have girls who are female friends, and they're like really nice. Even female bestie. I mean, all the girls have, girlfriends, female friends, and they're like, you all know how caring you are towards each other, right? Even if you go on a date, they're like, send your location. They're like, nice, caring people, right? Next thing, tax benefits. So if two straight women marry, they get the tax benefits. It's a good thing. And now emotional support, of course. You both are gonna be emotionally supporting each other. And there's nothing like that. There's no. What if she hates me? Like, if she hates you, just don't marry her. Find someone who is ready to commit and like marry. You're marrying this person, okay? So this person needs to be accepting. Like, they all should also know that they are signing up for this, okay? So of course they will be naturally emotional because of course they married you, so they know it's their duty. Being female, they already have it in them. So yeah, it's not like they hate you, or if they did, they would never marry you. So anyways, now the third thing is the child rearing part. You can like either adopt, and like a mother is the whole thing. Imagine having 2 mothers. That's a great thing because a mother is a mother. Like, I don't see anything wrong with it. I just don't. And yeah, there are people like out there, like lesbians, which people have 2 moms and they're very happy. I never have seen anyone complain about having 2 moms. It's the best thing. Like, they both will be there for their kids, and they are both gonna have that motherly instinct. So like, it's a double win. So of course, and being an adult, they will be smart enough to know all the stuff. And if it's a female child, then it would be great because there will be no body shaming or like anything. There will be no one to shame her for her body or anything, make her feel like she's a different gender or anything. You know what I mean, right? So she would be very confident in her own skin. Now, third thing is sex. Now, this is a part of the marriage, and you can like literally get it outside. Just have a boyfriend. If you how much is your life all about it? Because like, I can see your life being all about all these things, like the house you live in, you need to do domestic labor in it. You cannot live without it. The third, or you need someone to do it for you. Okay, so the thoughtfulness, you cannot live without it. The tax benefits, I mean, emotional support, definitely you need emotional support for mental well-being. Child rearing, it's a part of it, so you can exclude it if you want. And just like that, sex, it's not like you're gonna die without sex, right? And you can get it from like any outsource, you can get it. It's not like it's forbidden. So I don't see if this is a problem. Yeah, so, and the financial consolidation. Now, since you two both are living together, you two are earning together, so there's gonna be a good financial stability here, and which you can to use to run the house and your life. And I think it would be a great deal. Life will be so much easier. Now, let's talk about a normal marriage, okay? Like, what's so different in a normal marriage? Okay, so when we talk about men, they can definitely do the sex part. There's no doubt in that, okay? And about domestic labor, I'd say no, because it's, how many men like doing domestic work? Nobody would step up and do the domestic labor. How many men have you seen doing the cleaning of the house, doing the dishes of the house? Oh my gosh, none? Or very few? Oh my gosh, yeah, I guess we all knew that. So yeah, there will be no domestic labor contribution. And tax benefits would be there, and thoughtfulness might be there if they love you, okay? So yeah, these are like a few benefits in a very functional marriage, okay? This is a functional marriage. So if you have a functional marriage, then it's okay. But if you're not able to, so this advice of like marrying another woman is only for those women who are just not able to find decent, good men. Because it is hard to find men like that, because most of them are like maybe fuckboys, most of them are like not loyal, they just want to, I want something more, I could do better, and they cheat, they're just not, like how they are. And there are very few men who are able to take responsibility for everything, for the family, for the wife, for the kids, everything. And to treat your partner as equally as you would. That's okay. Let's take an example. So you have a roommate, okay, and that roommate is your best buddy. Like, you guys are like the best. Like, you're like ride or die, okay. And imagine marrying that roommate, okay. Imagine like life would be crazy, fucking good. I want you to imagine this, okay. Just hear me out, okay. Just imagine this. So you have your female roommate, and you're also a female, okay. And you guys are like the chuddy buddies. Like, you are the buddies. Like, you guys totally love each other, but you both are straight, okay? So now you gotta marry your roommate, okay? And all the conditions are like, you gotta be like running the house together, tax, and all the government formalities, you know that. So I guess you guys would be very, comfortable doing that because you guys trust each other. You guys are besties, ride or die, anything for each other, right? And she will be always be there to look out for you. And now you guys can have like someone you date or like boyfriend, something like that. There's nothing wrong in that. You're not gonna be like, okay, who are you like hanging out with or anything like. They're gonna support you. You're gonna be there if the guy is like something's wrong with the guy. They're like point it out and help you because they care about you and you chose to marry them because they are your best friend. They truly care about you. So imagine having someone as them as your life partner. To someone who will always look out for you, who will always care for you, who will always be there for you willingly. And now they sign a legal contract for just being there for you for the rest of their lives, right? And of course, if things go wrong, you can always file a divorce, just like a normal marriage, right? So yeah, it's like that. And it's not really hard finding a best friend because everyone has a best friend, right? We all have someone who really loves us truly for what we are and accept us for truly what we are, right? So that's all it's about. Marriage is about spending your life together and building a future together. So why just don't do it with your bestie? Like, she's never gonna let you down. Unlike a man, which we all like that in the back of, no matter how like open-minded, not open-minded, how positive we are, but in the back of the mind we have this thinking that this man's gonna let me down. We know that, right? So, how about just marrying a person who's actually there for you, who actually knows you and who's been there with you and who will be there for you, like, willingly. So it's a great deal. What do you think? Because it's better than dying alone with your cats. Like, if you have decided you're definitely not going to marry any man because you're like too independent, too much yourself, too much strong, and you do not fit in this societal roles that the society has made. I mean, these gender roles that the society has made. Then of course just marry your bestie. And you can be independent as fuck. There will be no limitations, no rules, no nothing. You will be living your life. Nobody can tell you what to wear. Nobody can tell you where to go. You will be a responsible, independent adult with someone who cares for you and loves you platonically without asking anything from your body, like without asking sex in return. It will be a genuine connection. Imagine that. Yeah, forgot to add, but also you could wear each other's clothes and like outfits and exchange it and like do each other's makeup and have so much fun. Watch movies, bitch about this person, that person, office politics, and like, just have a shoulder to cry on. Share different recipes with each other or having a pizza party. Like, you can have a girls' night out every night. Somebody loving you not for your body and committing their whole life to be with you. Being there when you need help, just like besties always do. They're always there when you need help, right? So just take your bestie, whoever it is, who's always there with you, and just imagine living a life together. I know it sounds like a fantasy. Just imagine the life you'll be having. Crazy. No bullshit. So, I think it's a very good idea that we do this, right? And it's not against biology because we're still allowed to procreate with the opposite gender, right? Right. Of course, there will be rules we can make rules and amendments, okay? If you choose to have a child with someone, of course they're going to be their parent and they're going to be there. You can like co-parent even if you're not living together. Divorced parents also do it, right? So it doesn't even matter if he's not able to take the responsibility of the child. Fuck it. You don't need anyone because you're independent enough. Just imagine. And if he's ready, then it's all good. You guys can work it out without marrying each other. And of course, if you want to marry a man, you can try that out too and see how that works out for you. But you truly will be happy in yourself if you choose to marry your bestie. Just imagine that. I'm so intrigued with this idea. Like, this literally has me going crazy. Unfortunately, I don't have a bestie or any friends even. But I think one day I'll have. And I'll be very happy. So, that was it for today. If you guys like this video, just like it, and share your thoughts on it. Okay, it's okay. You can disagree with me, but be respectful and be intellectual and write your thoughts, improvements, and like feedbacks, whatever. We can have a discussion like actual adults, right? So I'm gonna end the video here, and that was it. Thank you so much for watching, and now I'm gonna go.